Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Happy March. This is going to be your March Tarotscope. So, I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I hope the month is starting off really good for you. I know for Libras, we had a pretty decent read. So, I'm hoping that it follows through with my fellow air sign. Now, some of y'all have 8 of Wands, which is a lot of communication that could be coming through. Some of you, this could be communication about a love. For some of y'all, this is going to be communication from somebody from the past. And then for a few of you, this is going to be communication about a job. So if you put in a resume, make sure that you follow up and check your emails, check your text messages, check your mail. We also got 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is showing that you guys may be doing too much when it comes to work. Some of y'all may be taking on multiple jobs because you feel like you need to take it on. Spirit is saying work smarter, not harder. That means find a job that is right for you, that pays what you need, instead of working 15 jobs that just kind of add up to something. For some of you, you may need to hear that message. But definitely for a few of you, I see that you got, with Ace of Pentacles, job opportunities coming in, and it could be more than one opportunity. And for some of y'all, like I say, y'all may be working more than one job. But definitely communication coming in for you, Aquarius. Let's see. So we got 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles could even be learning something that you're applying to a job. This could be going back to school, getting some type of certification. This could even be working with energy healing, massage therapy. Some of this is going to have a holistic connection to it, which means for some of you, you're going to be doing something that is working with more natural medicines, different type of modalities that may be more of a holistic than Western type of medical system that y'all could be working with. Aquarius, Aquarius. I do see celebrations coming up, so some of y'all could be having some type of news about a graduation that's coming in. Some of you may even be having late birthday things that are popping in for you. I don't know when. What is Sagittarius? Is January, February, March? February? Going into Pisces, March? I can't even freaking think. But I feel for some of you, I don't know. I feel like belated birthdays. Maybe you were busy and people were kind of putting your birthday off, or either you are traveling out with friends for a birthday party. So I feel like there's some type of celebration that comes in. There could also be celebrations too about getting a new job. But for some of you, I feel like you could be traveling out to celebrate a late birthday. 10 of Swords is showing some of you are finally coming out of a difficult situation and getting your clarity back. If you've been feeling like you were a little bit fuzzy-wuzzy the last month when it comes to thinking, I feel like some of you are going to be getting yourself back together. The Fool card shows you taking a leap of faith. With 10 of Swords, this could be too about you getting betrayed. You could have had a situation where you got your feelings hurt. Somebody kind of disappointed you. You saw some things clearly. Now you're taking a leap of faith. The Fool card, you're focusing more on yourself and doing something for you, which is good always. Let's see. 9 of Swords is showing that even though y'all have changes coming in, some of y'all are really worried about the changes that are popping in. You can't sleep at night. You might not be having the easiest time eating or processing food. Some of you are trying to worry. I feel like it could be financial. For some of you, you're worried about this change. It's like, okay, I know I need to change. I know it's coming in, but I don't know where I'm going to end up. You're overthinking the situation one day at a time. Now, 5 of Wands, I'm sorry, it could be conflict. I feel like you could be dealing with conflicts. This could be coming from family members or people who don't get you. They don't understand what you're trying to do. And they could be like, okay, you need to get serious about your life. Come out the clouds, get a real job, get some stability. I feel like there could be some people around you that are questioning your stability or questioning why you do certain things. 4 of Cups too is showing that there's some discontentment with you. And it could be what leads to this 4 of Wands. There could be conflict where you're not exactly happy with the way things are going, but then you have people around you that are kind of riding you, like do better, or get this going. Some of y'all may even be disappointed in the people that you're dealing with, that you feel like they could do better. Could go vice versa. Aquarius, Aquarius. Some of you are going to be dealing with a fire sign, somebody that could be authoritative, stubborn, bossy, thinks their own way. So you could be dealing with somebody who could be a leader or an alpha male. Now, there's 4 cups there, so there's discontentment. Could have been disappointment with this person or this type of energy where you thought things were going to go one way with this person and then they let you down. Or either this person wasn't what you thought that they were. Aquarius. Yeah, because we get that things didn't quite work out. Sometimes with this is about making bad decisions. So you could have had a male or male energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a male, could be a female that is very masculine. But you could have made a decision with somebody that wasn't like the best decision. You may have felt like you got played or used by somebody that, if they're not a fire sign, they may have embodied some energy of an alpha female or alpha male, but you may have got the raw end of the deal with that. Some of you, be careful with your vehicle. You may be having some issues with your transportation. Make sure if you're going long distance that you get your car checked out, especially your tires, your brakes. Make sure that you check on things like that. Some of you may even have to look at a new car. You may be having a vehicle or a situation that is not safe or not workable anymore. So some of you may be having no choice but to use income tax to get a new vehicle. All right, Spirit. Aquarius, last time. Aquarius. Some of you I see are looking for love, and there are opportunities around you for love coming your way. All right. So I feel like for some of you, with the Magician card coming out first and the Moon card next to it, some of you could be getting some type of communication from somebody that was very secretive. They didn't tell you all the things that they were going to do. They could be a little bit shady, sneaky. The Moon card is showing that maybe you're finding out something about somebody. You thought they were one way and now you're finding out that they're a completely different way. May not be happy about what you find out either, because I feel like with the Moon card, they were trying to hide things from you and things came out in the open. Some of you may be disappointed because of that. You found out something that you didn't want to know, or Spirit showed you some things that you needed to see. Now, for some of you, definitely, it is showing that you have new jobs coming your way. And I say jobs because I feel like Aquarius, y'all have multiple opportunities coming in this month. Some of y'all are going to be working more than one job. Be careful, take care of your health. Don't get yourself overwhelmed because of needing the money. Make sure you balance it out. Like Spirit said, think smarter, not harder. Some of you are definitely connecting with more holistic people, spiritual people. So you could even, one of these jobs could be doing something that is metaphysical, dealing with esoteric practices. Some of you, this could be body modalities, massage therapy, Reiki healing, energy healing. I do see for some of you, you're definitely feeling very excited about this connection. So you're connecting with a soul family and you feel like, man, this is it. This is what I should be doing. Take your time with it, because Spirit is saying there's a lot of growth that needs to come out. I do see you having to learn more things. So if you are opening up a job or going into something that's a little bit different than what you're normally used to, it looks like you're going to be learning or continuing an education with it. But it also shows that there's potential for abundance and you making long-term plans with this type of career. Like I say, you could be going towards something spiritual. For some of you, I see that you're very passionate about doing your own thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Make sure that you can survive. Because what I'm getting is, I feel like somebody getting really, really excited about something that they're passionate about and they want to do, but they don't really have a plan with it. It's like they don't know how they're going to push it through. So if you have something that opens up, make sure that you get the education. If you have to be certified for something, make sure you get the certification, because that will give you long term. Don't just go into something because the fire cards are like, okay, we're pushing you. The energy is good. This is what I want to do. Make sure, it goes from state to state. There's certain people that don't recognize you if you don't have your certification. So if you're planning on making this something long term, make sure whatever education needs to be done, that you do it. Now, I feel like for a lot of y'all are going in a completely different direction than what you thought you may have been going in. The thing about it is, too, I see y'all releasing a lot of things that you don't need, coming out of an end of a difficult situation. Some of you, I feel like either you need therapy to help you move past this transition, or there was therapy that was needed to release. So some of y'all may still be stuck in an energy where you actually need to go talk to somebody. For some of y'all emotions have been completely imbalanced for a while. And you may have been fighting changes because you literally could not see things straight, or you had a vision of what you thought things were going to be, but it wasn't a realistic vision. Now, we all have those at moments in our life where it's kind of like, damn, I wanted to do this, or, I used to want to be a nun. And I'm not going to say that wasn't unrealistic at the time, because it was. But then I met Chili Red, which was a really cute boy, and it kind of changed my perspective about things. So for some people, there may be a changing of perspective because of you're in a different phase in your life. Take your time with the change. I do see for some of you, though, that you are going to be struggling with this because there are certain behaviors that you need to release. You're having a hard time releasing them. You're fighting them. If you feel that way, it's time to reach out to some type of therapist or professional that can help you move forward and let go of things so that you don't keep making the same mistakes over and over again. Won't apply to everybody, but this may be a specific message for somebody. Now, some of you are very, very gifted, which means that you're able to connect with spirit, use your intuition, but it came out in reverse, which means that a lot of you may not be following your intuition. You may be having a hard time connecting to spirit, and it could be because you let a lot of other distractions get in the way. Now, this could be something temporary, but I do feel like you're still getting messages that are coming through. Spirit is saying, trust your intuition. Trust yourself a little bit more. Don't let other people think for you. Start really using, and it could have been you got really complacent when you were imbalanced, when you were going through this phase where you kind of was like, I'm just going to float through and just let whatever happens, happens. Now, Spirit is saying, okay, time to get back on the game. Time to start thinking for yourself, using your intuition, trusting your intuition. Some of you are really worried about partnerships. Could be a partnership that you're in, especially if you were with somebody that disappointed you. Some of you may be trying to figure out, are we going to reconcile? Are we going to get back together? Some of you are really a little bit concerned if I will ever find somebody. Am I going to be by myself? You're losing sleep about it. Now, the thing about it is that for some of you, love has not been easy. Because we got Ten of Swords and we got on the Lover's card, which means that decisions have been really rough for you. Choosing partners has been really rough for you. Some of y'all have been choosing the wrong freaking people when it comes to love relationship. And you're a little bit afraid that, maybe that's it. Maybe I'm fucked up. Maybe I'm never going to find love. It's not true. The thing about it is, though, is that you got to be really, really careful that you're not in a cycle and you're not picking the same type of person. They may look different, they may talk different, but they still have the same characteristics of the person you dated before. If you had somebody that you dated that disappointed you, you kind of have to break that energy up and start looking for those red flags. When you see the red flags, then you need to be out. Some of y'all are seeing the red flags, but you're still trying to push relationships with people. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. It's on you to break the cycle. It's not on these other people. You're the one that's having a hard time with the love connections because you keep choosing the same person over and over again. So be really, really careful with that. Some of you have an issue with procrastination. There's shit that you need to take care of, but you're kind of going into hermit mode. I'll take care of it later. I'll do it next month. Oh, I'll get to it next year. And there's going to be issues because Spirit is trying, you had a lot of fire energy that was pushing you in at the beginning of the month and saying change, change, change. Leave people alone that are disappointing you, that are not giving you what you need, especially people that are lying to you and playing games. Leave them behind. Let's get our head back in the game. Some of y'all, Spirit is pushing you towards therapy. Come on, let's release this pain, this trauma, this shit that's holding us back because we're ready to go. But some of y'all are scared to come out of that comfort zone, so that's why you keep going back with the same situation, either the same type of environments or the same people. Spirit is saying you got to break the cycle. Use your intuition, connect with Spirit, listen to them, let them guide you. Some of y'all are coming out of a really difficult situation. Ten of Swords is feeling really, really heavy. There could even be betrayal in this. Somebody let you down. But instead of moving forward, you kind of got stuck. Hermit mode, procrastination. I'm not sure if I want to walk away from this Ten of Swords. Why are you stopping here? Why are you stopping? Ten of Swords, let's let it go. Let's get to the next cycle. The new beginning. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Hearts. Let's get to the new beginning. Let's let this go. But for some of y'all, it's the challenge that comes after this of rebuilding yourself up that you're a little bit procrastinating about. You know it's going to take some work to pull yourself back up and come out of this. So what you're doing is some of y'all are going into hermit mode. I don't want to do it. I don't see no problem. I don't see no problem. I don't hear no problem. If I don't do that, then there's no problem to speak. But there is still a problem. So be really careful, Aquarius, that you don't allow yourself to get scared and get stuck in something because you're afraid. Eight of Air, you're afraid to move forward. An illusion of being stuck, but it's not. It's you. It's you. You're procrastinating. You're making a choice. Spirit is not keeping you stuck. A spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend is not keeping you stuck. Your children are not keeping you stuck. You are. You are. So you got to be accountable for this and look at things. You can't blame people. Now, if you're afraid, I get it. You know, change is difficult. A lot of people are not ready for it when it happens, but Spirit is pushing you whether you want it or not because they're tired of you being stuck. So for a lot of you, you really are going to have this moment where you feel like you're hitting a wall. That's why Spirit is saying maybe you need to go seek some professional help. Let's release it. Whatever it is, the fear, let's release it. Let's move forward. Don't go into hermit mode. Don't try to hide. You got to deal with this. Stop procrastinating. Get your head out the clouds. Let's deal with it and let's move forward. Some of y'all are going to do it. Some of y'all are going to stay stuck. Now, major issue with the fear seems to be money. Some of y'all could be making some bad decisions when it comes to money. Some of y'all may be using your money for other things than to take care of yourself. Some of y'all may even be giving your money to somebody else. Here's the thing. If you don't have the finances to support the lifestyle that you're trying to live, you're living above your means, it's going to stress you out. You might want to come down and instead of pretending that there's no problem and procrastinating about making changes, you might want to come out of this energy. This energy is an energy of lack. So if the decisions that you're making are putting you in that energy of lack, you got to go ahead and seek some type of help. King of Air, cutting away things, seeking professional advice, balancing yourself. This king is like, I'm tired of bullshit. Let's get this stuff going. I'm tired of being held back. I'm taking my sword out. Let's charge. So for a lot of you, if you're having money problems, it could be because you're allocating your money towards something that really is not helpful for you, or you're mismanaging your money. But there's this self-imposed thing that's going on with you guys that you may be fighting this month. You're battling yourself. So you might need to come out of that energy. I do feel like eventually y'all will come because we got the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody is working the dog shit out of themselves. Now remember I said work smarter, not harder. Don't get 5 jobs because you're having a hard time balancing your account. Get a good job. Get your education. Get your certification. Focus on what's going to bring in money and then put everything into that and work it. There's no reason you should be working 15 jobs. No reason. Now, if you just want to be a workaholic like me, and you just want to, I do everything that I'm passionate about, but I make money off of it. But I don't have the money, fears. It doesn't motivate me to have to go to work. I go to work because I enjoy it. I like it. But for some of y'all may be dealing with a situation where you're motivated out of fear to make money. And this is a money management thing. Some of y'all definitely are going to get through it because we got 9 of Pentacles, which means that your hard, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, I'm sorry, you guys. Which means that your hard work pays off. You get what you wish for. You get what you wish for. If you're having bad money problems, You're going to work your ass off to get it. Now, if you can make money without working your ass off, then you need to look into that. Definitely look into that. Things are going to come better. But Ten of Wands is showing that you're pulling a lot of shit on your plate to do this. To get this hard work pays off thing, you're carrying a big weight on your shoulders. So for some of you, you definitely are going to have to balance this out. That could be what threw you off balance in the first place. Taking on way too much shit because you felt like you had bills to pay or things to do. And then it's like, fuck, you know, I still have other things that I still have to pay for. I still have to do. I got to go to work. I don't have a choice. I got to make the money. I'm praying the spirit, bring the money in. And they're like, we're going to bring it in, put the action behind it, work. And you're like, all right, we got it. So for some of you, definitely finances are going to come back on point. I feel like for a lot of you, you're working towards getting back into school or furthering your education. You could have had fears about not having enough money for work, but it is showing that you are going to do that. Now be careful, because some of y'all are going to be working 3 jobs and trying to go to school. Make sure you get your sleep. Make sure you rest. For some of you, you're not coming out the energy of being stuck. It's going to take you a little while to get there. For some, they're coming out, but you're coming out and you're really working hard. You're making things harder than they need to be. But it does show that you're working towards a goal, which is better than being stuck. Some of you definitely want a place to live. So it's like, I got to get my education and bring in more money because I need a place to live, or I want to move. Some of you may not even have a choice. You may have to move. You may have to move because the place that you're at, either your budget can't get it, or you can't afford it, or you just, there's a roommate situation where you're not able to hold up your end of the bargain. So for some of you, you don't have a choice. You're working hard because you need a place to stay. You need solid ground. You're looking for stability. So for Aquarius, some of y'all really are going to get opportunities that come in that bring you some money in that you can actually play with. Some of you are going to be workaholics where you're like, okay, I enjoy this. You know, let me go to work, let me make more money, let me buy things, let me go on trips. Some of y'all, though, are having a hard time because there's this self-sabotage thing that's coming in financially, making wrong decisions, and it's like, shit, now I got to work to pull myself up. For some of you, definitely, you could be at a point where you're losing a place because you can't afford it, or you're going to have to move because maybe there's a rent increase or something that you just can't afford. Now, it looks like the move is going to be a better move for you anyway. Spirit is saying unnecessary worry, which means for a lot of you, you are going to find a place to live that is going to be affordable for you. It may not be the Taj Mahal, but it looks like you're going to be happy. There's an independence there. So for some of you, you're going to start pulling your money to the side and saving for a place. Some of y'all are not going to have a choice. It's like, okay, we're coming at the end of this thing. You gotta let it go. You got to let it go. And for some of y'all are really stacking your money because it's like, I want a house. I need the down payment. 6 of Swords is showing you coming to the end of a difficult situation. So no matter what cycle you're in, you're going to be okay. You're moving away from a darker energy towards something that has a lot of possibilities. King of Pentacles, working hard. So financially, if you've been struggling, Aquarius, money situation gets better. You're going to find a living situation. Spirit says, don't stay up at night stressing about it. I know that's hard because Spirit doesn't realize we're mortal. We're human. You know, that's what we do down here. That's what we do. But they're like, no, it's going to be cool. 6 months from now, you'll be all right. And you're like, I don't see it. I don't see it. But it is. It is going to be all right. Financially, things get a little bit better because you get more focused. You definitely get more focused. Be really careful, though, if you connect with a earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. This could be somebody who comes in with a little bit of drama. Could be somebody where you felt like there was a possibility of a connection with this person, but it may not work out the way you want it to work out. Some of you, I feel like there is a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, earth sign, or either another air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius that's coming in for you guys. A few of these people, Look at their agendas because they may be full of shit. You got a magician card, which means you could have somebody who's shady. They're playing games. The moon card is showing somebody not being honest, hiding things from you. And then you have somebody who just may be challenging. They may bump heads with you because there's just a debate that constantly goes on with them. And then I see that there could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, that you actually make a connection with. This person is a little bit more sensitive, more intuitive. Now, they don't have to be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but they could just embody water. They could be moody, emotional. They like to talk. You may feel a connection with them. It may even be a spiritual connection. Aquarius, some of y'all are going to have to really work on not being what other people want you to be. Some of y'all are able to be chameleons, where you get in a relationship with people and you become what they want, not necessarily who you really are. So be careful that you don't do that, because that throws you and your partners off in a relationship, because they're like, well, all of a sudden you're acting like me. You're doing certain things that I do. What happened to the person that I connected with? So make sure, and I think Libras do the same thing too in a lot of relationships. We tend to become the person that we're dating. So make sure you kind of keep that balance. I do see there's some spiritual growth in some of you wanting to move towards something more deeper, more meaningful, awakening, seeing things differently, looking at people differently, trying to make better decisions. Some of you are definitely even going on a vacation or talking about going on a vacation, getting your mojo back. Some of you may even connect with a fire sign person that brings out some type of passion in you. Let's see. Definitely with the balance card and the Wheel of Fortune, it shows you guys moving towards a more period where things flow, where you don't feel like you're fighting yourself. You don't feel like you're fighting everybody. You finally start getting it. Things start falling into place with you. There's a stability, Aquarius, that some of y'all need. Some of y'all are being unstable, and it could have been with money, with a place to live, in a relationship. You kind of lost yourself in a situation. Now you're opening up, you're seeing things clearly, and you're getting your focus back going, and it's leading you to a place to live. It's leading you to a better job, to better money. You're using your intuition a little bit more. At first it was upside down, but I feel like moving towards the end with the Wheel of Fortune, some of y'all are really getting it. And it's bringing you to a more positive aspect in your life. And it's going to be a good time for some of y'all, because you released a lot of things that were holding you back, or a lot of things that were really kind of causing delays in your life. Some of y'all have a problem with really getting distracted and putting other people before you. It's like their happiness is more important than yours. And that's not all the time true, especially when it's to the detriment of yourself, Aquarius. So for some of y'all, you're going to have to really battle with not wanting to give yourself up with everybody. Some of y'all definitely, there's triumph over obstacles. There's good news and money coming in. There's accomplishments coming in. New beginnings are going to be starting for y'all. Make sure that when you're dealing with people from the past who were trying to pull you down, you cut and clear. Let them go. You have some people from your past that have no good intentions from you. They're not offering you commitment. They're not trying to do anything productive with you. And y'all already know. Spirit is saying a lot of y'all have already seen the red flags with this person or people. So you need to let them go. Some of y'all, be careful with your health. I see some of y'all are definitely dealing with an illness, and there could be something that needs to have surgery. So please make sure that you go check with your doctor. If you're not feeling good, if you're starting to have aches and pains, go get it checked out, because some of you, this may actually move to a place where there's some type of surgery or treatment that needs to be done. I feel like this could be either with your chest, your hip, or your knee. So please make sure that if you're feeling some kind of way, go to the doctor, get checked out. A lot of y'all are putting things off. You're sabotaging yourselves when it comes to your health and your money and relationships. And you got to ask yourself, why am I doing this? If you keep doing it, you got to go seek out therapy and break that cycle. And stop doing it to yourself, because it's going to keep you from growing. And for some of y'all, it's really going to make this year be a really difficult year for y'all. The change is not going to be, an easy transition, but it's needed, Aquarius. So there's good things if you can get over that hump. There's good things that come at the end of it, but you have to want to do it, and you have to trust in it. and believe that it can happen. All right, Aquarius? Love you guys.